Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Good evening. My name is Nabil Akhtar, and for those of you who do not know me, I am the producer at TVapex, one of the projects we are going to be introducing today that we work with and run here. You all know we're having this evening in collaboration with Open, and I would not say much about it. I would like you to welcome the chairman of the Open, which is the organization of it's the Overseas Pakistanis Entrepreneurs, and please put your hands together for the chairman, Dr. Naseem Amin, who will give you a presentation. Dr. Sahib, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate Dr. Chuktai and the TVapex team hosting us here today and allowing us to share the mission of Open London, what TVapex is doing for the community is very much aligned with our mission as well. Tell you a little bit about Open London first. We were formed as a chapter about 8 months ago, and we had a first launch event about a month and a half ago at Imperial College. Open as an organization is a global organization now in over 10 metropolitan areas, majority in the US. It's in starting on the East Coast in Boston, New York, Washington DC, then in the Midwest in Chicago, and Houston, Atlanta. On the West Coast, it's in Silicon Valley, and then we have a chapter here in London, and there's one in Karachi and Lahore, and the plan is to expand globally. The core mission of Open is really to help the community, and it's an inclusive community. It's non-religious, apolitical, and its objective is to help broadly those who have a Pakistani interest or are a Pakistani origin better themselves professionally, especially in the area of entrepreneurship. That's where the origin of the organization began, in Boston, with people who were entrepreneurs and very successful and felt they wanted to give back to the community. And so what we are doing in London is reaching out to organizations who can become part of a community, that we together can achieve this mission together, which is to really identify young, talented entrepreneurs, undergraduates, graduates from all walks of life, and help them through mentorship, through internships, through seminars, and more broadly to interlink as a community with other chapters. So it's not just a London organization. If you are, if you belong to this organization or affiliated with it, and you want to do something in New York or Washington, there's a way for you to reach out. And I think what TVapex is doing, and what I've learned about it, is very much aligned with that mission. It's to break down the barriers of entry for people to be able to collaborate. It's about sharing of information, and it's giving a voice to people who may not otherwise have access. And, you know, I came back from the States. I was involved with Open in the States for 15 years in Boston, and came back 4 years ago. And having grown up in England, from my accent you can probably tell that, I had a very different image of what England was going to be like. And when I went to medical school in the UK, there were very few of us. You know, we were the first generation. In my year there was one, I was the only one. Now today there are many more, and we're a very successful community. But if you look at the statistics broadly, the community is really struggling. We have the lowest education level at K2 stage, going through all the way through high school, schooling here, through O levels, A levels, university, with grossly underrepresented as a percentage of the general population. If you look at crime, we have 4 times higher crime rate compared to the national average. The number of young Pakistanis in jail is 6 times. Education level, we're just above the African Caribbean community, below every other group. Interestingly, the Chinese and the Indian are at the highest level. And so that's not sustainable. For us we will become more and more marginalized. And part of it is largely it's our own fault. We don't pay attention to evidence. But also there is a stigma associated, and we want to break those doors down. So those of us who have been able to be successful need to break those doors down. And there are glass ceilings, and so we need to do that. But it's not going to be just, to the British Pakistani community. We need to not be a marginal organization. We need to be mainstream. So that's what we're about. We, over the next year, we would love for you to participate and join, be a part of the organization. We will be hosting events. We will be trying to help people with mentorship, with CVs, with workshops, and we hope that TVapex will be a partner in that mission. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Dr. Naseem Amin. I would like to call upon the host of today's evening, Dr. Sohail Chughtai, but I'd like to give you a very brief presentation before that. This presentation is about Dr. Sohail Chughtai, the host, presenter of tonight, and about some of his projects he is associated to at the moment as well. Dr. Sohail Chughtai is an orthopedic surgeon with 15 years of experience. He's worked within the UK and abroad. He's the fellow of FRCS as well. You can see. He's a Microsoft certified specialist. He has conducted courses, 65 plus IT courses with various groups within the UK and abroad. He's designed 10 plus web and software projects. He's a project of medical legal firm MLP, which deals with, he'll tell you exactly, but he deals with medical legal side of our daily lives, basically, in a way. MLP, Medical Legal Professionals, has won an award in 2011. It was set up in 2008, and it is in collaboration with 18 plus clinics, I believe. He is the project director of TVapex, for which I'm a producer, and it's a labor of love, where his IT expertise and his personal passion sort of came in real handy. We started in 2012, actually, really early in 2012. And this is the headquarters of TVape. He's the representative and the lead coordinator of APPS UK. APPS UK is the largest organization of surgeons and physicians, Pakistani surgeons and physicians outside Pakistan, a very active one. It's across UK. He looks after the London branch of it. I'll show you some visuals of our recent activities, just to select a few selected ones. This is a Meet the Press conference that, as a project director of TVapex, he conducted in 2012. You can see dignitaries and diplomats from the High Commission and England, obviously, Pakistani community there. This was a talk with regards to the role of internet TV, with regards to engaging communities within London and beyond, and about educating them via an internet TV. These are a few various events actually, and there were some more, but I've just chosen these ones for you today. He's been invited to House of Lords to speak about this internet TV model and how internet TV can be effective to spread the message, education, and to bring communities together. This was a selection of dignitaries again and diplomats from various walks of life. As you can see there. This, I believe, is a social media week, yes, was organized by Facebook, and this was one particular event at the Westminster Hub where he gave a presentation again about the benefits and the efficiency of the internet TV again. That's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Sohail Chughtai, the host of tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is too long an introduction. So I think we'll crack on to the thing. I welcome all of you here. Open is, I'm inspired by the project's nature. It lowers the boundaries, and this is what we do. And this is what attracted when you said that you bring young entrepreneurs, encourage them, and face-to-face, local meetings, and then I want to actually take it beyond that. This was the reason why I was interested in actually joining hands with you. Thank you very much for all of you being here. If I could just start, but before I start, because it's something to do with the media, I must congratulate Dunya TV chairman in London, Azhar Javed. It's the 5th anniversary of Dunya TV, which is again contributing very good to the media. So we congratulate you, all of you, for this wonderful achievement of Dunya TV. If I can just start, TVapex is basically this. The headquarters of TVapex is this little 3,000 square foot floor. It was a school, and they vacated. Then I took over the floor, and I kind of designed it to this structure. So there must be some imperfections because I'm not a designer. But I wanted to do it myself. So there would be some imperfections, and this is what we have now. This is the studio control room. That you can see the studio beyond it, and this is the lobby. And then we have a video production unit behind this TV channel. So if you just look at the whole plan, it's not just an internet-based TV channel. It's an internet-based TV channel with video production unit behind it, which means there is a complete infrastructure which generates content. It's not unprofessional content. It's not the people going out and we are asking people to upload to a video channel. No, we have not asked anyone to film. We want to film it. We want to edit it. We want to make sure the right content goes up, and that is the idea. And then we want to not only edit it, we want to highlight the segments of the program which actually get message. So we snippet them out and relay them with emphasis, so the message goes across far and wide. And we have a lady who's doing PhD in media, and she will know. Sorry, your name is? Sayyida. And she had been in Pakistan High Commission as well before, and she is doing PhD in media. And imagine that it's a so specialized area. So this is important that we emphasize some part and underemphasize the other part, which is undesirable. And from my common sense knowledge of media, I think it's very relevant for any TV channel. So this is a video production company behind it. It has its own website, Apex Video Professionals. This company I formed around the same time. It works independently of TVapex, which means it can actually take a project on its own, a commercial level. So this is the underpinning hub of TVapex, but it can work on its own as well, which it's doing right now. apexvideopro.com. And then this is the expression of the input, the hard work. This is TVapex. This is the website's main homepage, and you click any one of them, you go onto the program window with showing now content on this side. And then on this page, you see all the categories. Once the showing now content is 2 months old, it goes into the categories to be archived. So if you want to search your program, you can either search here or go into the category and look for it. So it's archived after 2 months from the Showing Now window. The Showing Now window has a multicultural touch, which is, I believe, is important. If you see, there's an Asian program, then there is a Western program, then there is an Indian program, Pakistani Indian, and political program, entertainment program. So it covers 5 or 6 nationalities. And the idea is that you minimize the barriers by giving them one window to look into other culture. That how Turkish people, for example, celebrate their Newroz festival. So once you watch your own event, it takes a little click to go into the other window and get knowledge of them. So we are encouraging people to not only watch their event, because they would be interested in their event being filmed and shown here. At the same time, it just takes a click to reach the other nationality event. So it gives a little educational tool for them as well. And then we have a collaborate social media behind us. This is TVapex Facebook page. So far, 19,000 viewers we have, where our posts can go up to that number. So, and then you can see the event of Open we did. There were 2,700 plus people who actually saw the notification. And many, if you get 25-30% viewers to click onto the actual image, the link which goes along with that, you've got a viewership already handy, which is not in the auditorium, it's somewhere beyond. And this is only the beginning of the notification, the Facebook post. It probably, the number went further higher after that. Because as the post stays there, more people go and they click and they reach the live program. So I think this is the power. This is what I feel where we're going to now. Then we have YouTube. There's a collaborative YouTube channel as well. All the content after 1 month goes on YouTube, so attract further attention. And then we have our Twitter, which is not active at the moment, but we plan to do it now. I think we plan to activate the Twitter. And then we have a newsletter, e-newsletter, which is again going to be more regular from January, 1st January, because there's a revamped plan from 1st January about communication and expansion of the project. So these are clickable links. So people get this newsletter, they click, and the program will start. So, and then we have our other collaborative methodology, which means that we have advisory council, which is currently led by Dr. Zedju Khan. He's a double PhD and an ex-diplomat from UK and Pakistan both. A lot of experience in advising administrations. And then we have our collaborate organizations, like Open today. So we'll be offering you formal memorandum of understanding that how we collaborate with each other. So we have a number of collaborate organizations, and the idea of your event is that your event's link will go in their newsletters as well. So they have their thousands of followers. So this way it rapid fires, it snowballs. One program here is seen by thousands and thousands of people in different diaspora. And then we have TVapex community ambassadors in different cultures. For example, Tony Bazan, he's one of our ambassador from British community. He's a neuro-linguistic programming expert and author of many, many books. And then we have political TVapex community ambassadors, music industry, art, and some very young people who can be TVapex ambassadors. So they have certain benefits, and they are given those options and preferences if they carry the message forward. So this is the collateral of TVapex. See, it's not just internet channel. It's actually a project. Internet channel is actually only a medium we use to collaborate the message. The background of this, I've designed a few softwares. One of them is this video management portal, which means I can minimize the staff number. I don't have to have a huge staff. I can replace the staff with softwares. And then this is one of them, which is a collaborator software. So all the events which are researched or we are invited go here, and then they are followed up, and all of their indices, when it's edited, when it goes on Facebook, when it goes on social media, it's a complete sequence. The one event is churned through different levels. And then the links, emails, like you've got emails going out to you, they go through certain time sequences. So this minimizes our effort and make sure that nothing is forgotten. And this is where I feel that technology really helps. And I believe that all the young people sitting here, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. There is no doubt about that. And then we have our backup viewership. We know which country was watching your program most, at what time, and we can give you the figures as well. So what TVapex has achieved so far in the last 18 months or so, 400 plus events, 550 plus programs we actually produced. We hosted and produced in studios or outside in London, large events. They can go up to 700 people plus, And then, again, as you know, collaborate organizations and TVapex ambassadors, highly skilled individuals. Facebook, YouTube followers. I think this part considered very important because people who started working for me, they were standard audio visual performers, but now they're not. They live in a different world now. They are digital, they're living in the future. And I've trained them to my best to take them to a point where their skills are not just recording videos. It's much more than that. So it's training part as well, and then take the message to the community leaders for further. As I mentioned, we can emphasize a segment of speech, take it out, and post it. It goes further. And we democratize people, ordinary peoples. I think we were putting the figures up last year. There were around 750 ordinary people who actually gave comments on TVapex in different events. So they heard their voice on TV, and some of them may be motivated enough to actually say, well, I look good on TV. I sound very good. And their sons and daughters of wives may be inspired by their parents on some channel. So I think this is important, democratizing people. And Open is doing the same thing. It's picking up young individuals, motivating them, and I think this is where the synergy is. So, in summary, this is what we've achieved. We've achieved collaboration and harmony in social, cultural, educational, and business levels. We have facilitated exchange at these two forefronts. People have exchanged socially, culturally, they have learned from each other, and their business has been affected positively because they knew about the other businesses through us, through our programmings. And then it was recognized by different areas. Two of the segments are here. TVapex was awarded the Community Channel of the Year by this organization, and then it was also nominated in one of the media awards as one of the channels. I don't think this is something we're looking for. We're looking for basically, if you get so many awards, but you still feel that you're not satisfied, awards don't matter then. You have to be satisfied, and then awards really don't matter to you if you're happy and sleep well. So what is the next? Why actually we want to go further? We're doing enough, but this is the actual beginning. This is where I saw 2 years ago this project standing and moving forward. So basically, we are taking a start from zero now. I call it 0 point because we want to go this forward now. This is time to upgrade. That's the short answer, why we want to set up a live project, why TVapex Live and Global. That's the short answer, but there's a long answer as well. I mean, short answer again, that this is evolution. This is what we're standing now, and this is 5 megabyte of hard disk being loaded into plane in 1956. And now my little girl carries 256 GB in the bag, school bag. She says, well, this is finishing now, can I get the next one? This is the evolution, so we have to change. Otherwise, see, if you're standing still, upright, firm, feeling good, actually you're going behind because people are walking. So you need to walk as well. Walking is progress. So this case study which I'm presenting now is going to just take you through the actual vision of TVapex. We want to set up live channels, and we want to give you the control. We want to give you the control to set a live channel from your home, from your office, from your business, from your conference, right into TVapex. Because we want to actually give you the benefits of this project. We want to give organizations this power so that they can introduce their products, they can educate new schemes, safety schemes, and they can provide education. So from their own system, they can do so by just a matter of click, literally a click that connect, and then camera is talking to TVapex. So we give them viewers, plus they have their own viewership. And that synergizes, that rolls on into a bigger and bigger viewership. And then we have working solo people, highly qualified professionals. I have a lady sitting here, Faryal, Dr. Faryal. She does a lot of communication for a Facebook forum, Doctor's Lounge. We have Loop Global in charge, Anika Malik sitting here. She is a PR firm, highly motivated professional sitting alone. We have a gentleman called P-A-A. He does motivational segments. And we have IT expert for one of the companies, BT, I think, as well. So these people are highly skilled professionals. And they're sitting here, they need voice. Let's give them a free channel. A channel which actually takes them into the community, our viewership. Plus they have their own followers. And then special skills. For example, an athlete. He may not be a professional, but he's got a painter, a gifted painter. Like I know a girl called Amina Ansari. She does wonderful paintings, but she is struggling to get her skill recognized. She needs some support. And I think I can see some very young, bright faces here as well. They don't have a high quality professional education so far. They're on the way, but they want to be known right now. And then we have young talent, kids. You know, I know some girls, school-going girls who do wonderful cooking, for example, who has got paintings. You know, parents keep saving their painting and posting them on Facebook. Why not bring them here on a live channel and tell how you do it? So it's a multi-pronged program. It involves everybody and anybody. So why I've chosen internet? Let me tell you what we're handling here. It's a beast we're handling. 2.4 billion people we are talking to. 2.4 billion people. That's the people you're talking to when you talk of internet. That's 1/3 of the global population, and that's increasing. In fact, the Google chief says by 2018, 95%, please listen, 95% of people will be connected on internet. 95% of 8.5 billion population by 2018. Imagine the crowd. All you need to tap is 0.01%, and you're talking to millions. This is the scale of the communication we are talking. And you can see that. Africa, 15% penetration. And even there, the growth rate is 3,000 plus. And if you go to Europe, 63% of Europe is connected on internet. And the growth rate is 400%. 400% is the replication rate. It's increasing that speed. If you go to even Middle East, 40%. And they love internet. They look at the growth rate. And look at the word total. This is the overall growth rate, 500 plus growth rate. And then 34% now, and by 2018, 95% are connected. It's a big crowd you're talking to, guys. Be careful. And then, if you look at the penetration region-wise, Europe is 63%, and Middle East, and the remote Africa, 15.6%. Those deprived people in some other countries, 15.6% are connected on internet. So there may be some stories to let us know. Let's encourage them. Let's motivate them to come forward through this channel. Now, in 1 second, so that was the size of the crowd. Now, let's talk about the speed of communication. Now, it's not that it's a huge beast sitting there. He runs fast. You know, it's not a beast, a big blob of communication. He moves so fast. In 1 second, 2.8 emails are sent. And then the tweets in 1 second, which are published. And then in 1 minute, okay, well, 1 second was probably too small proportion to represent. 1 minute, Google allows almost 700,000 searches. So people are looking for information. In 1 minute, this number of people, 700,000, by the time I finish in 1 minute, 700,000 people are actually looking for information on Google. Give them the information. Tell them where you are. They'll find you. And then again, Twitter. I think 600 videos are uploaded every minute. Now, this is what the power is. People now can talk. Nobody is kind of diminutive or small now. As long as he's on internet, he can actually grow fast. Nobody is small now. And in 1 hour, by the time you finish your meal and have your cup of tea, you got 10.5 million pictures on Facebook uploaded. 10.5 million, bigger than Lahore's population, almost London population. That much number of, by the time you finish your meal, this number of pictures go on Facebook. So this is the speed of communication. And then in 1 day, you got 98 years worth of YouTube being uploaded in 1 day. Look at the scale, just take part of it and you're actually in a big sea. And that is what I'm going to show you how to do that. So the way this internet is growing, if you're thinking that I'm trying to scare you, you're right. I am actually trying to scare you, because if you're not, you will actually either go away from it. The best thing is to actually grab it. The best way to fight this scare is grab it, be part of it, and then you will not be scared. Otherwise, if you're away from it, after 6 months or 3 months, actually you will be so behind that you won't find your computer working, because the softwares are so fast upgraded. Windows XP is gone now, nobody's supporting that. So guys, we have to be in race. We have to actually put our foot into this mess. Because one day, if there's no internet, that's what happens.
I'll be so happy. No emails to send out.
See, this is actually true. When there's no internet, that's what's going to happen. So guys, this is where we come in. We want to tell you, identify the change now. Now, geographical barriers are broken. Time loss factor is overcome. You don't need to travel to America to do video conferencing. Video conferencing will take you there. Job interviews are being done. People are being interviewed in Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or India because they're not getting visa before they get the job contract. So this is where this is happening. Traveling is overcome. Psychosocial hesitations are lessened. People can talk to each other now without feeling hesitant that he's not my culture, he's not my race, he's not my religion. Now they can talk. The age group, young people, very young people are calling very senior people by their first name on the internet. They're getting this confidence barrier bridge now. They're communicating with experienced people without any age limitations. There's no cross-gender inhibitions as well. In certain areas of the world, talking to a girl or for a man would be something he has to think about. Now this barrier is lessened because of communication available. So when I say time factor, in car, in your plane, anywhere, you are connected. So let me go through the figures, go out of this now again, and I'll take you to the actual performance part. So my interest in this is education mainly, and then number 2, promotion of business, and number 3, democratizing communities. These 3 areas: promoting education, expanding business, and democratizing communities. These 3 areas actually I want to help with through this project. And I think, as you know, that Harvard University is one of the best in the world. Look at their Facebook or social media links. They kind of outnumber others. And actually they say that we are best because we are linked to people. We communicate, we educate by distance. People don't have to come to us always. We educate them by distance. So this is again a strength. So it is proven that distance-based education is not flawed. It's not inferior. It is at par with people sitting together. A lot of people are actually listening to this seminar live now. They're probably, they don't see us that close, but they're getting the message. So I think this slide tells you all. So through internet, you can not only do Christmas shopping, you can actually get a degree now. You can do a proper degree from Stanford University, for instance, on internet without ever visiting that place. And then you can see, you can sell, you can communicate, you can teach from. I know a teacher who believes about a laptop style of life. He calls himself a laptop teacher. He carries his laptop, he moves around. I also know of some religious teachers who are teaching through internet, through Skype. And they're even charging kids by PayPal. So these are the people we thought they were very remote, religious people. They would never come to this game. But they're in there now. Everybody's in there. Who's out? So, and the benefit is that the hardware industry is supporting it. Because now the normal TV is shaking hand. Not shaking hand, it's actually embracing the internet. And you can see that the tablet growth has grown, and the big large screen TVs are actually getting cheaper and cheaper, and one day you'll buy a tablet, you get a large screen TV free with that. That's coming. Now, why people buy smart TVs? Because they want to have an updated TV, they want picture quality, or they want to connect to other TV devices, and they want to watch the sporting events. And I think this just shows that people are not turning into smart TVs because of features, but also because they want internet, to connect to the internet through TV, 27%. So the big screens, $725, coming down to peanuts. And why? Because people want freedom. They want to carry their mobile iPad or tablet with them and watch everything there. And it's very easy to convert your non-smart TV into a smart TV as well, by just, if you have a USB in TV, I think those doesn't have to be a smart TV to have a USB. Then you can convert that into a TV. You need a little bit of processor inside TV. So it's the first generation of smart TVs which require USB router. But now there are TVs which don't require even that. They're already ready connected. There's modem in them. They're connected. They just need your password of the Wi-Fi. And I think nowadays when you go to a party, I see people asking, what is your password of Wi-Fi? Rather than after shaking hand, the first thing they ask, what's the password of your Wi-Fi? Rather than asking, how is your child, how is your son, how is your wife? What's the password of your Wi-Fi? That's the second question people ask. It just reflects something. There is something about it, that there's a change coming in, guys. We have to accept it. You can't just say, no, I can't take it. You have to. So identify the change, all these things, guys, it's important now. Now, what is it you need to set up a live channel from your own home, a good high quality live channel? All you need is a good internet connection. The minimum is 256 kilobytes, so Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all served. Ideally 700 kilobyte, but here in this country, 1 megabyte upload is usually normal. But if you at my home, we've got 17 megabyte upload. In many places now, if it's not fiber optic, 5 megabyte upload. So this is far less than what is required. 700 kilobyte is for a good, high quality, high definition channel from your own desktop. That's what you need. You need a webcam. Your laptop can do the job, but you can have HD cam 720p. In fact, now the Mac laptops that are coming now, they have 720p in them as well. And some good Windows laptop also have 720p resolution in them. We need to give you 30 minutes to set it up. We just need your 30 minutes to set the channel up for you. We'll give you a call, send you a link before, download the software, and then 30 minutes later you're live. And that is only once. Once we set the live channel, then you don't need us afterwards. You can do any time. And this is optional. Optional training. If you want to know how to actually look good, what your eye level is, what your background is, where your light is, we can give you that optional training again. My staff they have got the guidelines now. They will actually take you through that without any further any charges at all. They will just take you through how to be actually a professional presenter on TV. So the models now, what is the range of the live TV channels? You can pick and choose whatever suits your need. Are you an educationist? Are you a marketing person? Are you a teacher? Or what? So you can be just a solo live presenter only. Just connect the button and start smiling and start talking. And there you go. Or you want to actually have a commercial video run for 30 minutes and then come and talk to people. Or you want to have you want to be live presenter and you want to invite a guest who's located somewhere else. Take him on the next window and start talking. And then the world will be seeing it. It's not video conferencing, by the way. Video conferencing sees only the people you pay for. You got 25 windows, 25 people will see you. Here is the TVapex viewership plus your viewership. Live presenter addressing a classroom now. Here's you talking, and then there is a class who are receiving the lecture somewhere else. And in fact, we are doing this project for Pakistan as well. Right now, the infrastructure is being set up for internet-based school only. And then one conference connected to another conference. We are doing it for London boroughs. Project is London Talks. One borough talking to another borough. Hammersmith, for instance, with Havering. Both boroughs talking to each other and the word listening and watching them. How did they resolve their problems? So one venue, another venue, talking together, whole thing seen on a screen, and the word benefiting from both speakers. So this is not one way. This is not one way. There's a two-way exchange. Now there are models of two-way. The simplest model is we will put a question box under your window. So people can just type their name. I'll show you the question box in a moment. Put their country's name and ask your question. And as you're having the question, you can say, hang on, I've got a question from Canada by Joseph. I want to answer that. And that's real time. So you answer the question, and then not only he benefits, you can read the question out for other people who are listening, and then everybody benefits.
Is it like a webinar?
It's a webinar, but not for the people, because the webinar number is limited by the connection, by the type of connection you have. This is unlimited. Everybody who can have internet can get onto that, because we have broken the limit by giving you this point where you don't have to depend on webinars. It will be global. So text box, then audio feed from classroom. For example, we have another classroom who don't have resources to feed us video. We can just pick up the audio from there and take their questions and answer them here. They are watching you, they're listening to you. You just hear their voice and answer the questions. And then, if they can have a good connection, we can have audio video feed from that classroom. Like London Talks, the project. One borough, other borough, both video audio connected, and they're talking to each other. They're listening there to each other. They're watching the presentations of each other, PowerPoint presentations being shown here. They're watching over there, and this way. So all this is in this project. I'll give you examples now. Here's a professor, Dr. Farooq Hussain, is a psychiatrist. If he's doing a talk, he'll have this box. So you put your name there, your country, and your question, and press the button send. He will see it on his screen because he's got the moderator login, the presenter's login. So he will see the question on his screen instantly. The moment you said yes, send, he will see the question. He can invite a guest to speak to him. And the whole audience can benefit from their conversation. And they can ask questions to anybody. You can say, my question to Ray Keane. He's a grand chess master. He's one of the TVapex ambassadors as well, by the way. So he can answer this question to that or this person. Or you can actually connect a conference from House of Lords anywhere and then take questions. So the moderator can sit on a separate computer and say, well, this question from that person. So he will relay the questions to the audience or the speaker panel, and they can answer that. And imagine these situations are so easy, you know. People used to develop so much for this. These are available to you now. They're just a button away from you. They're 30 minutes away from you. Just 30 minutes. And then you have, this is another show of TVapex. It's Andrea Gordon. She's one of our presenters. She used to be an EastEnder star before and also BBC presenter. She is doing a show from Rich Mix. That has a question answer. The whole panel can answer that. There would be a third person sitting here. Or you can have an iPad here and see the questions coming in, rolling in. And pick up the question and answer. And then again, if you're a product marketing, you're doing a product marketing job, you can actually, from your own shop, you can set up your live channel and answer the customers' questions. So you can answer questions of customers from your own shop. Have 30 minutes, Thursday, 5 o'clock, advertise on Facebook. We will also advertise it. Let people come and ask you questions about your products. And this is the presenter's view. So this is, if I am presenting, I will see this. And the questions I've already answered, they will change their shape. The one which is not answered, it will stay like that. The moment you answer it, this icon appears, which means, okay, this question answered. Now you can copy and paste the whole blog onto your Facebook and also TVapex Facebook. And then you can say, watch my program, all these answers are there. So this gives you a lot of academic resource that all the answers are there under your channel. Here are the questions people asked. So you can really relay and multiply it. Every time your viewers will increase. So again, I just want to remind you that this number, 2,736, it's a small level publicity of open program. It's an open seminar at Imperial College last month. And this program was actually offered to watch this much number of people in just 10 minutes like this. And then this increased on. Because it's only a drop in ocean for Facebook. 1 billion people, out of that, I just requested 2,700 to watch this program. And that is by a click of button. It can multiply. If you do it in a formal way for a live channel, a proper commercial targeted campaign, it'll go haywire. And then YouTube, and then of course we'll put the link on Twitter as well, and also on newsletter. All your live channels will go there. And also we will have your live channel relayed to collaborate organizations through their newsletters, and also to TVapex community ambassadors. They will be having notification of all the new live channels coming up. So it's really a big web. It's a big web through a small window which just needs connect. Because the whole word is at keyboard. In fact, the whole word is at a button called enter. That is where you're sitting and waiting to talk to people. So I really appreciate that you've all taken effort to come in. And I think we will take, thank you for your patience. Thank you very much for listening to me. And now I'm ready to take some questions. And then after that, we'll go for a hands-on demo. And you can all play around and you can set your own live channels. We'll show you how to do it. So any questions before we close this ceremony and then go for the hands-on demo?
Wow, that was inspiring. You've come a long
Scaling
way,
as well.
I must say. So, okay, I just quickly needed to ask, so whatever data which has been relayed is being archived on your platform, as in TVapex, or the organization or individual, whoever has hired, bought or hired, I don't know.
Well, if they've taken the live channel, there are two ways of storing this program. Let's say you are doing your live channel for Loop Global, and 30 minutes will be actually recorded on TVapex server, which is a RAID 5 video server, by the way. It's our own server, so we give you nodes. That will stay under your live channels archive. I must show you that actually. See that icon linked? Once they click the linked button, whatever window is being displayed here, like your show, the linked program will immediately come up, which means all your show number in August, in March, they will be seen there under your linked window.
On TVapex?
On TVapex.
So it's basically a collaboration?
It's basically a collaboration that nothing goes wasted. Your programs will be under the window of linked shows. In fact, you can place certain manuals under the linked video. You can look under the linked. You can tell people live that under the linked icon, I have placed guide videos for you.
So it's basically pooling in resources between two organizations, or TVapex and an individual.
You can do that. I mean, there is a way to export it. I know what you mean coming to that. There's a way to export that. You can, from YouTube channel, you can actually export it to your website. Okay. That is possible.
From YouTube.
Yeah. We can give you even embed code to actually place the channel on your website subsequently, a month after.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sohail. And well, you really have made us notice that now the world is very global, and you made it a global village. It's very small now, extremely small, that you can sit anywhere and broadcast the events live. Thank you for this opportunity. Two basic questions. What are the costs involved, if there is any? And then how do you also become an ambassador to represent the region? Because it would be great to represent this opportunity on the continent of Africa. I say on any platform that I have that I'm a Pan-Africanist, and one of the things that inspired my affection for Africa is the growth that I've seen regarding leadership. And so I would want to know how I can represent this opportunity using the Africa Leadership Agenda. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your question. It's certainly, the first part is the price. The price, this is what we are trying to bring it down. We are trying to only bring it down to expenses. Expenses of consumption, not expenses of setting up. Because if you put everything together, then it goes beyond consumer level approach. So we are trying to bring it down to only the consumption charges. And I think by end of next week or by December, middle December, you will see it on Apex Video Professionals, and you will have, when you call in, you can have a PDF emailed out to you. But I can tell you one thing with guarantee, that it'll be less than the price of filling your car tank, much less than that.
Wow, that's amazing.
If you go to McDonald's, take 2 or 3 people with you. As you come out, you paid for your channel.
Sorry, can
For that month.
So,
Approximately in that range.
When you say consumption, is it the traffic used?
The traffic, the server holding, the manpower required. The good thing is that out of these models I've explained to you, there's hardly 1 or 2 models which require us afterwards. You don't need us afterwards. You're independent. So that then the cost is pretty brought down, because you don't require us, unless you require a special. These models are only I've shown you, they're more than that. So you can even decide, I don't like any of your models, I want my own model. There's no limit actually. So if it requires my staff to be here, then the cost will be slightly higher. But most of the models don't need us after. Once we set up, you're ready to go. And that's when the charges are only the consumption charges. As I said to you, 2 people sitting in McDonald's is probably close to a month's charges.
okay, so it will be charged monthly, or is it just a one-off?
Yeah, I must add one thing to that.
Yeah.
People who are selling products, for them, the charges will be different. I want to keep it free for educational purposes. If someone is not selling and giving education, I will bear the charges. If someone is selling, then of course they have to put a commercial cost on that. If they're educational institutions, they must support it and they must contribute to the expense. But if someone hasn't got the budget and they're purely educational, I will take the charges on that. This is what we've been doing, and this is what we will keep doing. The second part, to be an ambassador, what we can do is we can liaise with your embassy, show them the project, and channelize you through them, because we're also opening ambassadors' windows here. Because various embassies have come forward, they said we want some channel which is apolitical, neutral channel, not Ofcom controlled, and we want to communicate with our communities. Like on Eid, on their national days, we want to celebrate and say a happy National Day for that community. So they are actually asking for ambassadorial window, live window from their own ambassador's office. All he has to do is connect, and he's talking to his community. So we can engage you through your embassy and say, well, look, we want to give you this project, and this is the guy who's shown initiative, let's do it. So yes, ambassadorship can be possible, because you have our viewership, fine, but you also need to bring your viewership to be connected to your people. So your viewership can be your source or your embassy's source. These two put together, plus our viewership, plus repeated campaigns, can engage millions. And millions is not just a hypothetical number, it is millions eventually.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you. An excellent initiative, Dr. Saab. I work for a law firm in Seven Oaks, and I'm the what we informally call the head of its Pakistan desk. So we basically target UK-based businesses, especially those owned by the Pakistani diaspora, doing business in Pakistan or having any other business interests in Pakistan, or businesses from Pakistan or individuals coming to the UK, and we look to service their legal needs. How can we as a firm use this to give leverage to my desk, for instance, and there are many other desks that are rolling out.
It's very interesting. I think it's a very important question. In fact, thank you very much, because I actually forgot to highlight this area. A couple of immigration firms have approached us. They want to sell their products in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and UAE. So they want to set up a live channel and get us targeted campaign to those countries for live immigration advice. So they are actually diverting traffic of immigration clients from all these countries into UK. And they are even happy to set up a small office there in that country after this collaboration. In fact, one contract has already been signed, and you will be seeing that female solicitor shortly here. The other thing is, it's more exciting area is actually the other way around. People who want to sell in UK. We've got a largely UK-based viewership. So there's a property company in Pakistan who have approached me, and they said, we want a live channel, we want to sell our plots and properties in UK. Or people who want to come on holiday, they want to buy a home. So they're actually going to use our channel to show their plots and properties and houses in Pakistan to UK-based audience through a live channel. Imagine this is unlimited then. You have designer range, you have garments, you have jewelry, you have holiday houses, you've got travel agents. They need to collaborate. All they need is, from their own office, they can press button, either the video will start, or they can start talking to people and take questions. It's a big word. It's a big word we are talking here. If this idea works, which so far, from my feeling, is it has worked so far, and I can see the sense in it. I don't know whether from your side, but I see the logic in it. Being an orthopedic surgeon, I try to always analyze things in a very critical way. It's a habit. And I have seen the sense in it. And people who initially said, you're going uphill a few months back, now they're with me and they are following me, in fact. And they will follow this idea. Watch my words, they will follow this idea. I'm not competing YouTube, I'm developing a different area because it's not monetized. There is no advert going without your permission on that. It's only, if you click on that video, it'll take you into the website, of your website. There's no, you can control any advert on top of that. We will not let it monetize, not let put any video on that. That is not the idea behind it. The idea is, it's your personal free channel, it's your voice. Let's not smear it with any of the adverts coming on that. There are free channels, free YouTube channels available. You can make a live video channel easily. But the difference of that is, it's personalized for you. And you've got people watching and giving advice from the studio as well.
Geopolitically, what happened, this Arab Spring, which wasn't a spring, a lot of the interaction was through Facebook, Twitter. But you can see the power of this. But does this require, you could be anywhere to access a TV channel. So you could have a channel for Egypt, for instance. Could the flow of information come in from Egypt and elsewhere around the world? And that would be, it doesn't have to be geographically in a certain location. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct, because again, there's such a big topic. I forgot to mention that mobile phones are connected to Live Window. So if you're in Egypt, you're traveling, you want to put your traveling diary, you can just press connect, and from your mobile phone, wherever you are, if the connection is enough, you can be live connected to this.
So you can live broadcast from a mobile, from any...
It has a mobile part as well, from Android, Apple. So all you need to do is download the software we'll give you or we'll guide you. And then from there, we'll configure it in 30 minutes. And then from there, from that camera, look at the camera resolutions in mobile phones now. They're amazing. They're very good. There is a company called iVision. They teach you how to film using a mobile camera. They specialize in that. And they are part of us. They are actually, Mark is a French guy. He's actually our TVapex ambassador as well, by the way. He works for some projects together with us. So he can be training people who want to use mobile phones, how to actually make sure. I'll give you a simple example. You've got a camera here, mobile phone, and you're recording somebody's interview. If you want to change the scene, don't, he showed me that technique, that don't ask the person to move, just take a step like that, and it'll create a wonderful effect of a professional camera. rather than asking other person to move, you move yourself. And I think people who film, they know how important is that. Not to move the background, you move yourself. It changes the perspective without distorting the background. And many techniques like that. So yes, we have a very important personality who is a politically oriented personality. He wants to have his diary followed because he travels a lot between Europe and Britain. So he said, well, I can come out of a conference and can sum it up to my people that this is what is the outcome, without giving any sensitive information, using a mobile phone. So he is developing his own window, political window, geopolitical window through TVapex. Does that answer the question? Yeah. So it's a mobile phone, iPad, they're all connected. So I think it's time for live demo. Why don't we do that? Thank you very much. I think before we do that, Nabil, do you want to invite someone to take the, or maybe I can invite Dr. Naseem Amin for a closing remark on that, and then we'll, after that, we'll move to the hall. Thank you.
Dr. Naseem Amin.
I remember we met a couple of months ago in central London. Oops.
It's okay.
About this. And I've been overwhelmed with what you've done here. I mean, pretty impressive. And the entrepreneurial instinct of a surgeon. And I work for a company that makes products for surgeons, and orthopedic surgeons are very entrepreneurial. They're always coming with ideas to us saying, I want to start a company. I haven't met an orthopedic surgeon who hasn't wanted to start a company, and it's refreshing to see one of our own do that. I think you really have to see this to see what it can potentially achieve, and it takes a one-to-one connection or one-to-many that our current social media has, and I think long-term we're going to need to channel back. People are going to want to be associated with some group rather than one to billions, because that loses, although you get to people, it becomes noise after a while. And I think human nature is you want to socially interact in smaller groups. So what you're doing, if I was Sky or Fox or someone else, I'd be very scared, because this is the future of I think where media is going. So I think I applaud you and what you've achieved here and your team have achieved here. I can see already how we can use this tool to enable us to achieve our mission, and look forward to the future discussions. Thank you.
Ladies and gents, thanks very much for being here tonight, this evening. This is just a beginning of this channel. It was the first intro. You were one of the few lucky ones to share this sort of gracious moment with us. I thank you once again, and please be connected with TVapex and our newsletter. There are more valuable events. We organize at least once a month, sometimes more than once a month, and you can sort of join us on those sort of evenings as well. I wish you all the best. Have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you very much.